We're going to connect this nitrogen regulator to our nitrogen bottle in the proper steps to make sure we don't get hurt or damage our nitrogen regulator. So on this side, this is going to be the side that connects to our bottle. The first gauge closest to the bottle is always going to be bottle pressure. Then we have our second gauge here that is closest to the service port. That is going to be the pressure leaving the regulator going down out our hose. When we go to connect our nitrogen regulator, if you have these annoying guards on your bottle, especially this design can be quite difficult. So you're going to grab your regulator, you're going to push this right to the end, and you're going to get your hands in there. It's going to be a little bit difficult with this guard. And you're going to thread in this regulator, finger tight first. That's how I got it started. I'm going to go the rest of the way. Should get it all the way in with your fingers. You don't want any of it touching. Once you get with your fingers all the way tight as possible, you're going to put a wrench on it, put it on, give it a couple taps, and it's good. Then, right here, this dial here, this dial is for increasing and decreasing pressure. When you before you turn anything on, when you store this, it should be fully turned to the negative side, so counterclockwise. When you turn it all that way, it will actually close the regulator and not allow any flow to come out. So if I was to open my bottle here, no nitrogen comes out the service port because this is fully closed. It's on the negative position. As I increase this, eventually you're going to see the pressure increase on the discharge gauge. That's the second gauge. And you're going to hear nitrogen leave. Instead of hooking up a hose going to my manifold, I did a gauge here so you can see the pressure. So right now, I have the bottle open. If you look at the bottle gauge, you can see it's roughly at 1600 psi. Now, if I want to increase pressure leaving the regulator, that's the whole purpose of this regulator, I am going to adjust here. So as I increase this, you're going to notice the pressure go up on the discharge pressure gauge. So you need to keep an eye on that. The red is PSI, or you watch your manifold, but you need to make sure if you had a port here, it's open. So I would always watch this one at first. So I'm going to zoom in on that for you. So you're going to see as I increase this, you're going to watch that pressure go up. You need to be careful because if I crank this all the way, I could easily hit 700 or 800 psi, and that can damage the regulator if you're not paying attention to your pressure. The problem is sometimes people are not paying attention to this and cranking, and they call the teacher over saying, it's not working. First thing I look at, whoa, you're at 600 psi, you're going to blow something up. Make sure you watch your discharge pressure when you're adjusting. When we're finished, we're going to leave this all the way fully cranked out in the negative position, closing it, so it's in a safe position. There's still a little bit of pressure in the regulator here, so I'm going to increase this. You're going to hear a little shoot. Release the last of the pressure. So when I look at my bottle gauge, the bottle gauge shows empty. That means it's now safe to remove the regulator. Bottle's closed. Put my wrench back on. Give it a couple taps. 1 sec. Finger loosen it. Done. So once again, you want to make sure when you put this back on the shelf, it's fully in the negative position for the next person.